here we are for my 39-week update, and I have a lot to talk about. A lot has happened. I think I talked to you guys, I don't remember, I'm sorry if this is a read, if you're hearing this again, but I don't remember if last time I talked about how I was measuring behind and I was just sort of going to wait for my next appointment to see if I wanted to do something or not. And at my last appointment, my 38-week appointment, I did still measure 34 weeks. And so I went ahead and went in for an ultrasound to check the baby, to check my fluid and to check the SD ratio, which is the systolic over diastolic, the pressure of the cord, and those were both really good. I had an 11 for my fluid and a 2.3 I think for the SD ratio, which is all totally normal, which would mean that the baby is growing well. And so we didn't do a fetal weight check or anything like that because the midwife was pretty sure she could feel he was a good sized baby, and those aren't accurate anyways. So I really can't remember if I talked about that in my last video. So if I didn't, there was a quick overview, and if I did, I didn't get too into depth about it. So I felt good about that. In the last week, there have been a lot happening, but mostly something happened last night that I will share first. I noticed as we were laying in bed that I just really hadn't been feeling him move. And he's normally the most active at night. So like that's when I do, well, I don't really do kick counts because every night he's so active I don't need to. I know that he's kicking at least whatever amount of time and whatever amount of hours. But last night I didn't notice it, and we had been busy all day, so I wasn't sure if he hadn't felt him as much or if I just wasn't paying attention, because we had gone on several walks, we had gone and played tennis for a little while. In bed he was definitely not moving. I couldn't feel him move, and so I drank a big glass of orange juice, laid on my side for 20 minutes, still nothing. I could get him to move back a little bit if I pushed, but they want those movements to be spontaneous movements, and if you're shoving your baby around to get him to move, that's not a spontaneous movement. So I called my midwife, and she basically gave us two options. She said she could come to our house and listen to the heart tones for a little while, or we could go and meet her at the birth center and just do an NST. We chose to do that because she lives close, we live close, so we went to the birth center and we got hooked up to the monitors and did an NST, and that's a non-stress test. So what you do is they monitor your uterus and they monitor the baby's heartbeat, and they try to see how the baby reacts to. The baby's heart rate should go up when he is moving, and it should go up when your uterus is contracting. And I did not feel the baby move during the NST, so obviously we couldn't really look at that. But I was having some contractions, not like painful ones, but they're definitely stronger than Braxton Hicks. And during those, his heartbeat did go up like it should, and his heart rate was just very varying the entire time with no deceleration. So that was really, really good to see. I was still sort of like, well, why can't I feel him move? And she said, sometimes the baby just switches positions, and I've been feeling a lot of front kicks, like movement in the front, which I know means that he was probably posterior, so maybe he has just kind of flipped and gotten ready, and that's why I'm not feeling him as much, because toward the end he did start moving, and we went home and I felt better about it. And I was just extremely thankful for my midwife and my birth center that they were able to do that, because that would have been a 9-hour, possibly longer hospital trip. I'm glad we didn't have to spend the night in a hospital waiting for, different tests and doing an NST there and things like that. I was really glad that they have that technology at my birth center, so I could go in, do it, sit with the midwife, talk to her, and go back home, because we were gone for about an hour and a half total. So that was really nice. That was my big panic for the week. Now today I am 39 weeks and 3 days pregnant. My due date is on Friday, which is really exciting. But I'm still trying to tell myself he's going to be here for another couple weeks, even though I want to meet him so badly. And it's been really emotional. It's been tough because my paranoia over the measuring behind is just, even with the ultrasounds, everything, I know that everything is saying he's fine, but I just want him to come out so that I can take care of him, like myself. It's totally irrational, but I feel like on the outside I can, physically care for him and know that he is out of there, he's okay, nothing can go wrong with pregnancy or anything like that. It's just knowing that he is past that mark where he could come out safely, but having him not out just puts me a little on edge. But as long as he's still in there, there is that fear. And so I'm doing my best to be very patient, let him come out when he's ready. I'm not trying to force him out or anything like that, but at the same time, I would be really excited if he decided he wanted to come today. As far as actual symptoms go, I've been having a lot of heartburn. I have been taking Zantac for that because it's been causing me to vomit again. So woohoo, the vomiting is back, but it's really not a big deal at all. It doesn't bother me anymore. So that's happened a couple times. At my last appointment, I did ask her to check me. I know that dilation means nothing, but it's still my body, and I wanted to know if anything was happening, and I was curious. And she said I wasn't dilated, but my cervix was extremely soft, so took that with a grain of salt. It means whatever, you know. He's been moving a lot, with the exception of last night. He's been moving a ton, and it's been really awesome to feel him move. I've also been exercising a lot, walking several times a day, and swimming a ton. I think that's pretty much it. I am gonna come back and add a little bit to this video because I do have my 39-week appointment in just a few hours. If there's anything to add, I will come back and add that. Otherwise, this will be the end, and I don't know if I will be back for a 40-week or if I'll be back with a birth story. Either way, I will talk to you guys soon, and thanks for watching, and I'll go ahead and do a belly shot now. So here is my 39-week and 3-day belly. So there you have it, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Okay, just checking back in quick from my appointment. So today was my 39-week appointment. Last week at 38 weeks and 4 days is when I measured 34 centimeters, and that's when I went for the ultrasound and all that. Today at 39 weeks and 3 days, I measured 36 centimeters, which is awesome. He grew, or, you know, he changed position, whatever you want to call it. I feel much better about that. If it would have been another 34, we would have had to go back in for a more in-depth ultrasound. So I'm glad that he is growing. I did lose a pound, so she was a little concerned about that. She just basically said, you need to eat more, but I felt like I'm already eating as much as I can, so I'm not gonna like gorge myself with food because I don't want to go into labor feeling sick. But I've been trying to choose, you know, healthy fats and things like that whenever I can. So because right now I am at 1 pound over my pre-pregnancy weight. So I guess it's abnormal, but it's not necessarily bad. And, you know, obviously something happened because my belly grew. But other than that, I did not get checked today. I chose not to get checked. It was uncomfortable last time, and it doesn't do anything but make me wonder. So I did not get checked. His heartbeat sounded good, and it was just a pretty quick appointment. So I'm wondering if I'll have another appointment, because my next appointment is on August 6th, which is when my husband thinks the baby's coming, and we'll see. I'll be 40 weeks and 4 days then. So that is all. Thanks for watching. Bye.